I don't have my Darth Vader mask. This is Kylo Ren. May the 4th be with you. Hello, everybody. Uh, Happy Monday, May 4th. Okay. Meant to get this out to you a little earlier today, but just now got finished up with it, was reading some articles. Here we go. Okay. This is one of our last real kind of difficult assignments. We're going to try to really ease up a little bit. Last couple, watch a film, do some research, do an end of the year project. So, we've been doing, got a nice document for you. There's some links in there. Just need you to kind of read, show some information, write some sentences. So, here we go. Okay. Here's the document. Okay. So, one, two, three things. Okay. Our topic is privilege, real world examples. We start with a song. Okay. The song is by Macklemore. Okay. I'm not sure if you've heard it. There's actually two. There's White Privilege. There we go. Okay. Pretty deep song. Okay. Check out the video. Okay. And then here are the lyrics. Okay. So just kind of want to pull out some lyrics. Uh, you know, this culture is not mine. Okay. So we come right here. We take the Macklemore lyric, copy and paste. Okay. We break it down. We talk about Macklemore is discussing the fact that no matter how he presents himself, he does not represent the kind of culture at first, right? Embodied hip hop. Is that too much for me? Embodied hip hop. Okay. So there you go. I'll leave that in there for you. Okay. It's kind of like that one. Okay. You can always erase my analysis, kind of give your own thoughts on what that means. Okay. So kind of put that right there. So that becomes the example. Okay. That becomes the example. All right. So trying to just look at the lyrics, look at the song, get your own kind of thoughts about what's in the song. Here are the lyrics. Okay. Here is the song. Like always in this class, asking you to get deep. Okay. Think about what people really mean when they make music. People think about what people really mean when they really reflect on their personal experiences. Okay. All right. So there's the first part. Pretty straightforward. Shoot for like two or three, four, five. And what does Macklemore represent? Good thought. If you didn't know this, by the way, kind of looked him up a little bit. First of all, in this country, there's been a fascination with African American music. 1920s, Harlem, jazz age, that kind of stuff. 1950s, you think about rock and roll, really has a roots in the blues music of the South. Elvis kind of just took that. So we kind of had that first of all. Here we have Macklemore, kind of talks about Eminem. Those are kind of some hip hop dudes that actually have a little clout, have some skill. You think about some whack hip hop dudes, Vanilla Ice. Lord have mercy, the Vanilla Ice just made up his story, got rich. He's always been kind of a clown in the hip hop world, but the dude got paid. All right, so that's some background on Macklemore music, stuff like that. Okay, focus questions. Think about how does the song demonstrate privilege? How is Macklemore using his privilege? What's he really saying? Okay, it's kind of getting too down here. Again, freedom of thought. Show me you're still thinking, you're still working. We're all home right now, but doesn't mean we can't be working. All right. Two, this is a tough one. Okay. So I said, look over the article. Okay. There's a dude in the NBA named Kyle Korver. Okay. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. Kyle Korver is this dude right here. Okay. There he is right there. Okay. Kyle Korver did a whole letter that he wrote. It was deep about a year and a half ago. Okay. About what he felt about, the guilt and responsibility. Not necessarily about being white in general, but about not really recognizing his privilege and not really being an ally. We've had these words privilege, ally, marginalized. The last assignment, which was really easy, some folks haven't turned it in. And get that into me, look up those words. Um, his guilt and his own responsibility. Okay, um, these are pretty good. So interesting. As a people, are we guilty of the sins of our forefathers? No, we're not guilty of that. We ourselves have not been racist white people. Are we responsible for them? What a difference. I believe we are. Okay. So for me, I can kind of take that being a key quote right there. We come back to here. I can go ahead and put this in for you. It's supposed to be example. Okay, boom. Okay. We'll kind of fix the formatting there. Analysis. A lot of white folks don't want to deal with a past they did not create. However, you know, um, the reality is that the racist past makes life easier for white people. Okay, and again, poor white folks. I was reading some more Michelle Alexander. Poor white folks, especially like in the South or out in in very rural areas where they feel poor, they know they're poor. It's hard to not, to say, look, you have a privilege. Okay, but when you look at the whole picture, it is easier in this country to be white. And historically, white folks have gotten quite a few advantages. All right. So I'll kind of fix the formatting there. And the third one, a little different, but trying to keep it real world, trying to, make sure we reach out to all of our kind of different peoples and groups that we want to represent and talk about and be allies with. Boom. There are still things happening in this world. We are on shutdown, but the Supreme Court will still make a decision next month. The Supreme Court will decide on our lesbian, gay, transgender, and queer brothers and sisters out there about their rights in numerous states. We live in a different kind of state than, say, Georgia or Texas. In our state, we have laws. You cannot discriminate against LGBTQ. That is not the case. You watch the video for me. You check out a little reading for me. Okay, there's the video. Here's a really short article. Okay, one little side. I'll give you some context about the Supreme Court, who often makes very important decisions about what are really rights. Okay, like for example, did you know that gay marriage is only legal in this country in California because of the Supreme Court? There is no law that says homosexuals have a right to marry. There is no law that says that in California or for the country. The Supreme Court decided on a day in June of 2015 that boom, you now have that right. You now have that privilege. Okay. Uh, the Supreme Court can make big, big decisions. So here's one they will make about LGBT folks facing discrimination in their jobs. If you look at this story, you can see that, where's the story? It's a video. And again, all the links are here. Here's the video, here's the article. I give some background here. Okay. I give some background on Kyle Korver here, by the way, also. Okay. A man in Georgia was fired for being part of a gay softball league. Okay. A transgender woman in Michigan was fired because she transitioned to identifying female. Okay. They lost their jobs. They still don't have them. The Supreme Court would have to say what happened to them was discrimination and not acceptable. So take some notes for me. Okay. What's going on? What's a conservative? Who are the liberal judges in the Supreme Court? If you know that stuff, it's a big deal. We have an election this fall because we have two Supreme Court justices that are over 80 years old. Two of them. They happen to both be liberal. Okay, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Steve Breyer. They both happen to be liberal. If Trump wins re-election in November, which is still very possible, okay, both of them would have to retire. Their health, all of us face the same mortal reality. Their health would not be so good. They would likely retire. Trump would put two more on the Supreme Court if he were to win. Already there are 5 conservative voices on the Supreme Court. Most folks expect the Supreme Court to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. LGBT rights will not be protected next month at the Supreme Court. That's what most folks think because there are 5 conservative judges. Keep in mind, Trump wins again. He gets to nominate 2 more. These people serve till life. Come see me in AP government, senior year government. Hope to see you there someday. A little reflection. I wrote you mine. Here's my reflection on privilege. Okay. I once was on a city bus, like Samtrans, ECR, El Camino Ramon bus in the house. And I fell asleep and woke up in the African American neighborhood. I was the only white person on the bus. The woman next to me gave me 40 cents to get back on the bus the other way. Okay. And yeah, I felt my privilege because it wasn't like that scary to be the only white person in a black neighborhood, you know. But I did understand what it's like when folks really feel like they're a target. Okay, it was one of our words before was a target. Okay, here's my privileges. Both my parents have graduate degrees. My father was a doctor. My mother got a graduate degree in what was it? Something. Okay. I had it pretty good as a white person, even in growing up in a city, kind of that Macklemore kind of thing. Okay, that's just my little reflection. Keep working hard for me. All right. I appreciate your hard work. Send me an email. My last couple of Zooms and conferences have been not well attended. I'm going to set up a Padlet so we can share that way. All right. Send me an email. Pretty straightforward. Hit up that Macklemore. We got some more music coming for you later in the week.